Let's go.
Okay, hello, this is Yu Youngjun. It's from NextChip. NextChip is developing chip makers. I mean, it's a chips for security markets. So all of the security products we cover. For example, is CCD cameras, CMOS cameras, and especially DVR, IP cameras, a lot of things. Almost all security products we covered. So
what's new chip you produced recently?
Recently, we brought newest to our ISP. That's the CMOS ISP. That's the one. MVP 2400.
So it supports 2 megapixels.
Yes, of course, megapixels.
And this is the camera.
Yeah, this is the cameras. You can see that.
This is the like R&D.
Yes.
RDK.
Yes, RDK. But it's now under developing. So that's the it's FPGA board.
So chip makers, they prognose how a market will be, for example, for the next year. Because
next year.
First you produce the chip.
Yes.
And then
we're just focusing on the megapixel cameras, of course. And I think it's still analog cameras is the kind of major one.
Like a chip maker.
Yes.
Can you prognose the market? What will be next year, for example?
Chip makers,
Yes, you are a chip maker. That means first you make the chip.
Yes.
And then the market use it.
Yes.
And release the cameras.
Yes.
So it have some time.
Yes.
Have to take some time.
Yeah, sure.
So for example, now you release the 2 megapixel camera.
Yes.
That means if you release some chip all in one for the megapixel camera, that means for example 1 year later the 2 megapixel camera will be very cheap.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But the problem is still IP cameras is going up.
Yes.
It's not a kind of they just not saturated yet. So it takes a little bit more time to get a kind of major market portions of IP cameras.
We saw in Russia that already some IP camera 2 megapixel like a full HD camera cost already 500 US, 500-600 US, like a Sanyo, even like a Sanyo and so on.
Yes. But they have, I think they have some kind of quality problems because this is kind of beginnings of IP cameras. So all of the IP cameras has, I think, is kind of quality problems.
So what you can offer for quality?
So because IP cameras is mainly related to the SoC types, like a codec, something like that. But I think they lose their focus because IP cameras still is camera, but the camera's functions, basic functions, is not good in IP cameras. That's why IP cameras cannot get kind of major dominance in this market. So
what's your company do to make
to make IP cameras like cameras? It's basic functions. For example, auto exposures, auto white balance. This is the two key functions in cameras. So we make that chip, and then that chip offers that functions. So we guarantee the IP cameras will go up with our chip. I think so.
What do you think about video analytics?
Video analytics, of course.
Have your chip supported video analytics?
It's not yet. Maybe next year, because video analytic engines still they don't get their positions yet. Because in some IP cameras has that functions, and but some companies develop their softwares for that video analytic engines. It means that the engines still goes like IP2 IP cameras or just to the software things like a CMS. So we just think about this one. We already developed this IP, but we are not decided to get this one in our ISP yet.
Okay. So you are also making chip for DVR.
Yes.
So what's the new for DVR you've made?
This is HD multiplexers.
So it supports HD output?
Not HD outputs, it's just all the SD cameras, 16 channels.
Okay.
But the display is a full HD.
Full HD, so HD output.
Full HD output.
Full HD output.
Yes. Okay. You can see how good it is. Of course, some I mean, it's what can I say? Existed DVR upscale the D1 to full HD, but this is not an upscale things. Actually D1 is, for example, full channel D1 images coming into our chip, and then we just paste it all together. That's the full HD images, right? So then think about this one. It's a scale a little bit. It's not that much. I mean, it's compared to the 16-channel SD DVRs. So this is HD display, just HD display. So for the LCD
I think
display.
your main competitors is like a Tecwell or
Yes,
TI.
right.
So what you can offer different from them?
Tecwell is just concentrated on the display or just the decoders.
Yeah.
But as I told you, we covered all the security products. For example,
So
decoders
you're
are
concentrated on security.
Yes, our companies focusing on giving any customer just the total solutions. If they want to make DVR, we have solutions. If they want to make cameras, we have solutions. Tecwell just give decoders and multiplexers.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Say hello to Russia.
All right.